Hey everyone, this is Bullet. I've got a podcast I want to make here. Some people, I'm tell you now, if you don't want to listen to this one, I wouldn't do it. This has to do with depression and suicide. No, I'm not depressed. No, I'm not suicidal. We're getting into the silly seasons, and to me, this is an extremely important topic because I've seen it, been there, done that. I've witnessed it. So as you all know, we're getting into the silly seasons: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. With that being said, we have a lot of people out there that have no one to share these holidays with, no place to go, no one to be with, either through death, divorce, or through some other situation, such as incarceration. That has caused them to be alone and desperate. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, and I'll provide the link down below to the National Institute of Mental Health. I really love that site. It's very informative, has a lot of information. I recommend people go on there and look at it. We are right now pulling into the seasonal affect disorder, which is depression that comes and goes with the seasons, with symptoms typically, excuse me, typically starting in the late fall, early winter, going away during the spring and summer. Of course, there are other situations, other times. It's not like depression is only during the silly seasons. It's year round, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I'm talking about this one here, this one in the seasonal, because this is the one that I have witnessed the most. This is the one that I've had to deal with the most. And to me, this is the one that is more closer to home, and it's right around the corner. And I want to bring it up to people. This is the time where we really need to be watching people. We need to be watching out for each other. Of course, as I was saying, there are many more, but the seasonal affect disorder is extremely bad. Because of that, we need to be aware and pay attention. We need to be watching out for not just depression, not just the person that's depressed, but here's the big one, and this is the one I think if you don't want to hear it, you better turn away now, turn it off, go away, go find something to do, watch a cartoon, anything. This is where we roll into more of our suicidal tendencies, our suicides, attempted suicides, and effective suicides. According to the National Mental Health Institute, suicide is the leading cause of death in the United States and a major public health concern. Anyone can do it, and I mean anybody, anyone from a child. And we've heard of it before. We've all read the news, listened to the news, whatever. Child committed suicide, and even a preacher. Preachers have done it. Don't even think that they haven't. There's been a couple of preachers that have done it. Police officers have done it, of course. Firefighters, paramedics, people that are in the first responder field. We have a lot of them. But this is going on to the seasonal. I'm talking about it the most because this is where people have, if they're going through a divorce, separation, whatever, they're going to be away from their loved ones for the first time. Not going to get to spend Christmas with family, friends, loved ones. This is where it gets really bad. Thanksgiving is the same way. New Year's. So we need to be watching out for each other. We need to be paying attention. Those of you that work in corrections, if this is your first time, be careful. Watch out for those around you. Not just the officers, but the inmates too. The staff, the inmates, pay attention to them. And the one thing that I can't press enough, if you have not taken the class for suicide prevention, take it. I don't care. Some states it's required if you work in corrections. Take it. If your agency is not offering it to you yet, I highly suggest you go on to either, if you're in the state of Texas, and I don't know about anywhere else, but if you're in the state of Texas, go on either TCO or TEEX. Take the class. If you have to pay for it, it's worth it. It's very informative. I've taken it multiple times, not only because I've had to take it because of my job, but because I just find it extremely useful. It lets me see things in a different light, and it helps me to keep watch on my people around me. It lets me keep watch on my family, my friends, and there could be people out there that you know that are going through some stuff. So take a minute out of your day, take a couple minutes out of your day to reach out to them, say hi, let them know, hey, I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. What's going on? How come I haven't heard from you? What are you doing, man? Kind of letting them know I'm here. I ain't forgot about you. Not gonna forget about you. I ain't quitting on you. Let's go. If you've got friends out there that are always bugging you or whatever, like, hey, let's go do something, and all of a sudden they've stopped, check on them. You have that one coworker that comes in, has always got a smile on his face. They're always making jokes or whatever. Comes in, like has the same thing to say every day. And all of a sudden they've changed their routine. They've changed their attitude, their personality. They were always outgoing, and all of a sudden now you just see them at their desk. They don't say nothing when they come in like they used to. They don't joke around. They don't have those little silly ass sayings or sayings that you look at and go, oh. Every day he says that same, and all of a sudden he stopped. Check on him. You may not have to like. You may not even care about this person, but check on them, because you might be just that pat on the back, that smile, that, hey man, haven't heard your little silly ass saying, what's going on? Something up? You okay? You want to talk? I'm here, man. And that may just be all they need. You'd be amazed at how you have someone out there that all they need is that one person to come up with their hand on their shoulder and look at them in the eye and say, hey, you all right? You haven't been yourself lately. Kind of a little worried about you. That may be all they need. That could be one thing that changes their whole outlook on something. Because the last thing you want to do is get that call like, hey, so-and-so killed themselves last night. And then you think back, oh shit, just the other day they were wanting to talk to me, needed someone to talk to, and I was too busy for them. Now you got that weighing on your mind. That kind of sucks. That kind of gnaws at you and eats at you. Because you might have been just that one link that they needed to not do this. So even if you are a little busy, and they call you and be like, hey, I was wanting to talk. Sit down, talk to them for a minute. Because they may need that. It may only be for a few minutes. It may be more than a few minutes. You never know. But if they're reaching out, then by all means, be there. Be there for them, because you never know what's going to happen. And I don't like for this to be such a depressing deal. It's just this is something that, like I said, I've had people close to me that I've known. One of them I worked with, and one of them I went to school with, and one of them was a really close friend of mine. And all three of them did it. And it's no fun. It's no fun to get that call. Like, hey, so-and-so shot himself last night, sitting in his house, or out in the backyard. Just watch out for those around you. And there are many signs to look out for. And like I said, I'm going to leave the link to the National Mental Health Institute. That way y'all can read up on it. But like I said, there's all kinds of information you can get on this website. Some of the signs talking about wanting to die, talking about feeling empty or hopeless. And as I'm going through some of these, think of those that are around you. Feeling unbearable emotional or physical pain. Talking about being a burden to others. Withdrawing from family and friends. Giving away important possessions. Saying goodbye to friends and family. All of a sudden they're putting their affairs in order. They're making a will. They're starting to get everything lined out. Talking or thinking about death. Do you know anybody that's doing any of these? If you do, reach out to them right quick. See if they're okay. And you're wondering about, who could be at risk? Well, here's some of the main risk factors for suicide. A history of suicide attempts, depression, chronic pain, family history of mental disorder or substance abuse, family history of suicide, presence of guns or other firearms in the house, having recently been released from prison or jail, and exposure, either directly or indirectly, to other suicidal behavior. And one of the ones I'm going to touch on is recently being released from prisoner jail. It doesn't have to be just being released from prisoner jail. It could be someone coming back from the military. Someone that had spent lots of years in a structured order. All of a sudden, they're released out into the free world. No structure and no, and we, for the love of God, we all know how it is out there right now. There's no structure, there's no order. All of a sudden, they just get kicked out. They don't have that security that they once had because of the structure. They don't have anybody looking out for them. They don't have that security of knowing that someone's there, someone's always looking out. You know, they have a schedule they've got to follow. Now they don't have that schedule. It can be overwhelming. Like I said, I didn't want this to be a depression thing. You know, I didn't want this to be so depressing. So I just want to bring awareness to everybody around. Look out for your friends and family. We're going into the silly season. And the way the world's been going the last couple of years, I'm just thinking, look at the way the world's been going. Look at the way some of the people are acting nowadays. Pay attention. Look out. You could be that one saving link that's out there. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. And then after that, I'm going to wrap it up and let's see if we can have a good day. Remember, if you or someone you know is in crisis, call or text the 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline at 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. The Lifeline provides free and confidential support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional distress 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's across the United States. Anybody in the United States can get a hold of these people any time of the day or night. And if you come across someone or you yourself have done something to harm yourself or have attempted suicide, or you come across someone that has done it, please call 911 immediately. Call 911 and start life-saving measures if you can. Again, that's 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline at 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. Now, y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a good one. And remember, let's drop the gear and disappear. Links will be in the bio below.